So today I'm located in La. La is one of the Ga communities, and during the period of May to September, the celebration of the Homowo festival happens in the Ga community. So you would go to Gamashi, it's happening there, to Osu, then to La, where I am now. You move to Teshi, then you move to Nongwa, Tema, you go to Kpokpoi, then you go to Adan. All these places are celebrating the Ga Homowo festival. But an interesting one that is happening in the La community, which is between Osu and Teshi, is that they have some significant rites and customs and traditions that are performed here to commemorate the Homowo festival. Mind you, the Homowo festival is a festival that is celebrated to hoot at hunger. We would have some insight or understanding of how the people of La celebrated. They have some issues too in this community. Mind you, on this show, we bring you what is happening in the various communities as well.
Right.
In the La constituency or the La Dadekotopon municipality are issues of hospital. That is a La General Hospital that is currently under construction, that has not been completed. Also the issue of the road that is from Black Star Square to Tema, that is a beach road that is also under construction. But a member of the planning committee for the La Homowo, Jeffrey Tete, who is the assistant secretary for the La planning committee, will be joining me shortly to let us understand what the activities have been prior to today, which today we understand that is the day they are sprinkling the Kpokpoi here. That is what you know as Kpokpoi, but it's actually called Kpokpoi. We would bring you the preparation of this traditional meal and all that. But Jeffrey, you can join us live so that we understand today what is happening at La. But before that, you can take us through what has happened in the past that today is happening, that today is also the sprinkling of Kpokpoi.
All right, thank you very much, and good morning to cherished viewers of ChannelOne. Yeah. Television. Yes, La Homowo is one festival that is unique among the Ga communities. Like you have rightly said, it's celebrated to hoot at hunger. It tells a story of how the Ga people, at a point in time during their sojourn to this place, got into serious famine, and there was no food, and people were dying. And so they had to pray to the Almighty, who granted them a bumper harvest. And based on that, they had to have a feast, and through the feast, they hooted at hunger. And so every year they celebrate this particular festival to hoot at hunger and remind themselves of where they have been and how far they have come. La Homowo commences with the preparatory activities, which is cleansing mostly. And this cleansing is done to purify all the deities and then every other thing that is used in the celebration. After the cleansing, we have what we call the Madumo, which is the planting of millet, which has already been done. And once the planting of millet is done, and then there is the harvesting
before that, before we go to the details, what is happening right now? We can see an activity happening and the sprinkling of the Kpokpoi by the Lakpan. If you can tell us details of that.
So the Lakpan is the chief priest. There are several Wulome in La, but he is the chief because the Lakpan deity is the chief of all the deities. So the Lakpan begins the sprinkling of the Kpokpoi on this particular day, and it's always on a Tuesday. Now he does that.
Why is it on a Tuesday?
Because Lakpan, the day for Lakpan is Wednesday, and we normally sprinkle the Kpokpoi on a day before that, because on the Wednesday there's going to be what we call the Kpasolimo, where Lakpan will perform the Kpan dance, and so we do the sprinkling on Tuesday, celebrate and have the feast, and then on Wednesday we have the what we call the merrymaking, the dancing, where all the traditional authorities come together. We exhibit our culture, and so that's the sprinkling of Kpokpoi, which Lakpan has started before any other person can sprinkle. And this is Kpanwi. That's where the Lakpan resides. That's where the deity, the main deity of the La people, that's the Lakpan, also resides. The building in front of us is where we have the deity. So like Paulomo will do the sprinkling, and he has several places he will do it. He is entitled to sprinkle Kpokpoi at any place in La, because his deity has jurisdiction over the entire La. So he can sprinkle all the way to even Malijo, because that is where La extends to. And that's exactly what he's doing. Now, when he's done sprinkling within his territory, the La Manche, if there is one, currently we don't have, but if there's La Manche, he will also sprinkle. He also has the right to sprinkle anywhere, because he is the paramount chief of the whole of La. And so he also has jurisdiction of La, and he can also sprinkle anywhere. Now, aside that, all the other priests, they have their territories, the various quarters. For instance, when you go to Leshi, we have the Nayomo Ulomo, who can sprinkle within the Leshi quarter. Then you go to a place like Mati, the Jobu Ulomo, who also doubles as the Shikiteli, can also sprinkle within his territory. Then when you go to, let's say, Jase, we have Osabu Ulome, who can also sprinkle within their jurisdiction. So it continues. Every Ulomo can sprinkle within his jurisdiction. After that, the various quarter heads can also sprinkle within their quarters. And that is how it is done. So immediately, like Maulomo sprinkles, there are people who are watching. Signal will be sent to every other part of La, and then the sprinkling of the Kpokpoi can continue, and it will continue till everyone is done. Then after that, they'll all go back to their various quarters, and that is where members of those various quarters can come together and feast on the Kpokpoi after it has been sprinkled. We call it, the sprinkling of the Kpokpoi is called Kogbamo. Once the Kogbamo has taken place, now everybody has the right to enjoy from the meal.
Wow, that's an interesting one there. But you were telling us what had happened in the past before today being the Kogbamo with the sprinkling of the Kpokpoi.
Yes, so after the cleansing activities, we do the Madumo, which is the planting of the sacred millet. Now, when the millet is planted, it is after 3 weeks, we go back, and that is done at Woko. It's just a short walk away from this place, about 2 minutes walk. Now, once it has been planted, we expect that it would yield, it will germinate very well. Now, if it germinates very well within 3 weeks, then we have what we call Mafan, the harvesting. It wouldn't have borne any fruit, but we harvest it to signify that there's been a bumper harvest, because the millet is able to germinate very well. But if it doesn't germinate well, then we have to now consult the deities and find out why it did not germinate well. And then they will give direction as to what should be done. Probably there is something that has happened that needs redress. So that is done. And then immediately after that, if the harvest is very good, we continue from there. If it's not good, we are shown what to do, and then we continue. Maybe some sacrifice will have to be made before we can, to appease the gods, before we can continue. After Ngmafan, we have what we call Yele Yeli. Now, Yele Yeli is done. We have to go back. Yele Yeli.
So right now, the Lakpa Wulomo
has finished here. He's gone to the back, so we have to follow and get there. Now, during the Yele Yeli, we have 2 war deities. The Afremi deity, which is the chief of all the war deities, and then the Yuabo. So the Afremi Yele Yeli is done. Immediately after that, then we have the Yuabo Yele Yeli. Then we have Nisen, which is Yele Yeli Yam Festival for the last 2. Then after the last 2 Yam Festival, then we have the Mankralu, who is next in line after La Manche. His 2 also celebrates the Yele Yeli Yam Festival. Then after that, we have all the satellite villages also celebrate same Yam Festival. After that, then we come to what we call the Ishabulemo. Ishabulemo is the fishing expedition to harvest the chile, the sacred fish which is used in preparing the soup that is used in the sprinkling. Now, I was telling you earlier on that the fish that was harvested last year is the one that will be used to sprinkle for Lakma this year. And then the one we harvested this year will be used next year.
Is there a particular reason?
I think these are age-old traditions some of us have not gotten to delve into yet. But we can find out what the reasons are, and then we discuss that in later interviews. Now, during the fishing expedition, which we call the Inshabulemu, it's in 3 days. The first day is what we call the Wolokomo. It's a special expedition to go and harvest smaller fishes that will be used on the hooks for the Chile fishing. So the fishermen will go harvest that one, and a very special ceremony is performed to appease the sea, that is Nai, to give us a bumper harvest of Chile the following day. Now, the following day, the fishermen or the fisher folk will go on the fishing expedition. They will embark, and then it will take them 24 hours to return. And the expectation is that on their return, they will have a very bumper harvest. This year, surprisingly, we had a very large catch with very big fishes. I mean, I saw a fish that was as big as half of myself. That tells you that we've been able to have a very good catch.
Yeah.
Now, immediately after the Inshobulemu, the next Monday, which was about 2 weeks ago, we had what we call Gbemila.
And mind you, he's the assistant secretary for the La Homowo planning committee. The reason why, that is why I'm engaging him a lot more, because he understands what is happening here, and there are subsequent activities that will be done after today. So you can go, you were talking about the Gbemila.
So Gbemila, unlike the one done by the Gamashi and Osu people, where when they plant the millet, then it signifies ban on drumming and noise making. In our case, when we plant the millet, it doesn't signify ban, but Gbemila signifies the ban, and our ban lasts for 25 days. So we started on the 11th of August, and it's expected to end on the 5th of September. Now, once Gbemila is done, and it is done at the various shrines.
So as we speak now, there is Gbemila here.
There is a ban on noise making, drumming and noise making. And when we talk about drumming, every drum is banned except the 3 sacred drums, which will be played tomorrow. They are not banned from beating. Okay, so Gbemila, after the Gbemila, the following day we do what we call Alomi Jomo. Alomi Jomo is an oath-taking ceremony where all the Wulome come together, swear an oath that they've started the festival activities until the Gbemila. Now, immediately after the Gbemila, they've entered into spirituality. At that point, none of them can turn their backs on the ceremonies till the end. So they come and swear an oath wherever the last 2 is occupied. That is currently Kwe. So they celebrate the Alomi Jomo Day. And then they swear that oath to signify that none of them will turn their backs onto the festival from that point on. It is only the Wulome who swear the oath. But among the Wulome, we have also chiefs. For instance, the Lamanche is also Lakman Wulomo. The Wulomo occupies that position on behalf of the Lamanche. So Lamanche is also a Wulomo. So he joins them in the swearing of the oath. Again, we have the La Mankralu, who is also he's also a Wulomo. Now he's the Okumagan Wulomo, and he also joins them. And then the final person among the chiefs is the Shikiteli, who happens to be the Jobu Wulomo. So he joins the Wulome to swear the oath. Once they've sworn the oath, now the festival continues. And the following week, we have what we call Mafio Plekemu. Mafio Plekemu signifies some kind of rehearsal towards the Kwasolomo, which will be held tomorrow. And Mafio Plekemu was done last week, Monday. Okay. Then yesterday, Monday, we had what we call Belebi Abba. Now, Belebi are the people from Brekusu. We have a very special tie with them because during the sojourn of the La people, we settled at Brekusu and we had that good relationship. And they have sworn that anytime La Mancha is celebrating his festival, they will come here with some produce to, support him celebrate. So every year they come here. Now, when they come along with products like maize, palm oil, palm fruits, palm wine, and other things, including the komi that is put on the necks of all the custom performers. So they come along with it. Before the Gbelebi will come, in the past, people from the various villages come to La to celebrate the Homowo. So there is this significant thing that is done in La, where we have a float to indicate the arrival of the, let's say, Lame from the diaspora coming to celebrate the Homowo. We call it Lole Mintamo. So today we don't have people coming from the villages, but people within the community gather together in groups, and then they sit in vehicles from the Independence Square all the way into La Town, just to come and celebrate the Homowo festival.
But just to hold on a bit, so now the Lakpanwulomo is moving from one house to the other to sprinkling the Kpokpoi, right?
Yes. Currently we are at Ofo-Showe, and he is from Leshi. So he's doing it within the Leshi quarter before he will move out to other places, as far as he can reach before he gets tired. Yeah. Now let me come back to the Gbelebi. So during the float, people dress up in, fancy dressing, in vehicles. Yesterday, you could see people sitting in canoes mounted on vehicles. And they came all the way to La Town to, partake in the Lole Mintamo. After the Lole Mintamo, the Gbelebi will arrive around 7 p.m. And then we welcome them at the entry point of La. Bring them all the way into town, and they have a special place for them to go and rest. Now, in the evening, we have what we call Kpokpoi Klekemu. Mind you, the previous week, we have done the Kpafio Klekemu. Now it is the Kpokpoi, which is a smaller one and a bigger one. Yesterday was the Kpokpoi. We did that throughout the night up till about 5 a.m. this morning. Yes. So all the Wulome and then the chiefs have not slept up till now. During that period, whilst we are having the Kpokpoi Klekemu, the women are at the various family homes preparing the Kpokpoi and the soup, which is being sprinkled now. Now, after this, everybody will go to their homes and enjoy from the meal. Once that has been done, we all go back to rest. In the afternoon, around 3 p.m., we come back to Kpachonshi, where we started this very custom. And we are going to bring out the sacred drums and prepare them for tomorrow. Mind you, it's been a year since they were brought out. We don't know what might have happened to them. So we need to bring them out and prepare them. We dress them up, paint them with special, certain special concoctions that have been made, and then they are painted. And then they are sent back into the Kpangwe for tomorrow. Now, tomorrow is the climax, the actual day of the ceremony. So I don't know whether we'll capture a bit of this and then we'll come back to tomorrow's activity.
So now it looks like from what we are seeing, the Lakpanwulomo, after sprinkling, would now, how do the other quarters or the other homes get the indication that the Lakpanwulomo is done sprinkling the Kpokpoi?
So everybody sends somebody here to come and observe the commencement. Once he started and he sprinkled from Lakpanwe, and then he steps out of Kpangwe, then the others can start. So by this time, others would also have started theirs. Some begin early, others begin late, but they will all do it before 12 noon. And once they are all done, then they'll go back to their family homes for members of the families and, visitors from everywhere, all over the world. This morning, I've seen some foreigners who are here. They just want to come and partake in the feast. So you can enter any family house. As we walk today, I'm from Abafum Kota, but I can enter any family house and partake in the feasting. It signifies the unity we have. Nobody is going to drive me away and say you are not from here. Every family house you enter, you are entitled to enjoy from the feast.
Another interesting one is the meal, that is the Kpokpoi that is used in the celebration. I can see on the, or in the earthenware of the Lakpanwulomo that there are different type of fishes used for the preparation of the palm nut soup and also for the Kpokpoi in general. Can you help us understand which kind of fishes are used?
Okay, so the first thing I'll say about that is that we do not use meat. Anything meat we do not use for the preparation of this soup.
Why?
And because we the Gans are fisher folk. Okay, so from the beginning it is only fish we are used to until we got to know meat. So it has remained so up to today. Now, you asked about the various types of fishes that are used. Now, the main fish, the sacred one that is used, is the chile,
which is in English
red snapper. Red snapper. Okay. Now, aside the chile, there are other nice fishes like shoi, like oda, like onyankle, and all the other big fishes you know that
I know of this one,
Ojonye, yes, and so many others, which are smoked. They should be smoked, not fresh. That is used in preparing the soup. And so, at the main deity, like I said earlier on, the fish that was harvested, the chile that was harvested last year, is the only one that Lakma Ulomo will use to sprinkle at the main deity, the Lakma shrine. But any other place, there are various fishes he can use to sprinkle, and it is allowed. And because he's traveling through a certain distance, we have somebody carrying a bowl of the Kpokpoi and then a pot of the soup, so that when the one in the earthenware bowl is finished, they quickly replenish it with more, and then he continues with the sprinkling.
And then, Jeff, as this exercise is ongoing, or this tradition is ongoing, we know that in the La Township there are some key issues that you have raised. Does the Homowo festive or the celebration here give you the chance to also put certain things in front of the various authorities to address for people of La? We know of the La General Hospital, we know of the road construction that is happening, the major road construction from Black Star Square to Tema, among other things. What is really the concern in that you would put the government as you celebrate the festival?
All right, before I come to what we'll put before government, let me start with the theme for this year's Homowo, La. Every year we pick a theme, and our activities during the Homowo and after for the rest of the year is focused on the theme. So the theme for this year is respect for all, foundation for a stronger society. When you bring it into the Ghana, it says bule kenha mofemo, shishito no kenha man shishito. Now, the theme talks about respect. It appears as if we are losing respect in society as a whole. And so this year, we may have decided to focus on respect, so that as the elderly respect, younger generation is also supposed to, show respect to the elderly. It is when we have that mutual respect that we can build a stronger society. Okay, so we are asking everybody to show respect to each other before, during, and after the Homowo for the remaining of the year. Now, back to what you asked. There are key issues that the La people have raised, and over the years, we've had concerns. And you know exactly, you've mentioned rightly, that the La General Hospital, my brother, since the year 2020 that the hospital was demolished by the then administration, they failed to build the hospital until the dying hours of their administration. They decided to start something, but we realized that it was just for political reasons. Now a new administration has come in. You realize that for the past 6-7 months, we've not taken any action. It is because we've realized that this administration is doing a lot, and they've given us certain assurance that they are looking at the books, they are raising some monies to be able to, finish the project for us. We are waiting for some time. Probably in the next 2-3 months, we will now go back to them and then ask them what their timelines are. And so expect that within the next 2 to 3 months, we are going to engage government fully, and we want them to, involve government, the traditional authorities in whatever decision they take when it comes to the construction of the La General Hospital. Now, going forward, we also spoke about the roads.
But before the moving to the road, with the La General Hospital construction, what has been the assurances you've been given? Is there any timeline that has been given to you by the authority? You know, your Member of Parliament, Rita Naodole Soa, has been following this keenly. What are some of the assurances she's given to the authorities? And you being one of the leaders of the youth in this community?
I must acknowledge that the Honourable Member of Parliament, who also doubles as a Deputy Minister for Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs, I hear sanitation is part. Issue. She has been losing sleep over this issue. Now, she is the first person we contacted when this administration came into office, and she gave us the assurance. She's also directed us to talk to the minister, who has also given us the assurance that once they are able to secure proper funding, unlike what we saw in the past, proper funding, they are going to ensure that within 2 years they'll finish the project. Even less than that, they'll be able to finish. So we are waiting for them. Like I said, in the next 2 months, we are going to contact them and find out whether they found it. And then we can calculate the 2 years from then and make sure that we put a little bit of pressure on them to do it for us. Because, believe you me, the hospital project is a matter of life and death. People are losing their lives because we've not been able to complete the hospital to take care of the masses of the people who need health care, adequate health care. And so we are sure that, or we can bet that whatever promises they have given us, they will be able to fulfill it based on what they have shown to us.
Okay, so you were moving to the road. After the road, we'll talk about more about the activities that will be happening here. I can see something very interesting that the Homowo himself is also engaging in some. Shortly, he was engaging in some dancing and all that. You were talking about the road.
Yes, we know that the construction of the beach road from the Independence Square all the way to Nungwa has stalled over the past 2 years. No construction has taken place whatsoever. We have contacted the current municipal chief executive, who has informed us that he's in talk with the roads ministry and they are working very hard to ensure that the construction of the road commences or recommences, and they will be able to finish it within a certain period. And so for that, I wouldn't want to say much because they are still working out things, and I'm sure maybe in the next 1 month or so, we'll be able to engage them again and know their timelines.
And today, you know, after today's own will be the Lakpa Solimo tomorrow. How is that going to take shape?
Okay, so it's interesting. We are currently at the Kpokpoi where that ceremony will take place. And as you can see for yourself, there are preparations. The days is being mounted. The place has been painted. You can see on the walls, paintings have been done. And so preparations are seriously underway. And by 5 p.m. today, every preparation should have finished so that we know that we are ready for tomorrow. I'm sure before you leave here, you will see there will be the mounting of PA system and other things. So preparation is seriously underway, and we are very sure before the close of day today, everything will be in place.
Oh wow, that's beautiful. So behind me is the Lakpa, who is visiting a lot more homes to sprinkle the Kpokpoi as they celebrate the Homowo festival today. And Jeff has also spoken about the Lakpa Solimo that will happen tomorrow. But let's engage more on these issues and what is happening in the that is a La community, the La Mankralo. We engaged him, and also we will bring you this exciting one. The preparation of the Kpokpoi in this community and how it's been prepared. We've visited some places, some exciting places to bring you all. So let's now bring you the La Mankralo who spoke to us, and after we will tell you how the Kpokpoi preparation is done here in La. So still celebrating the Homowo festival in La community, interesting one in this community. And joining me is the La Mankralo for us to understand what the celebration is all about and what exactly is happening today, what has happened in the past, what will happen again going forward from today, and among other things, issues that will raise in this community that is bothering them. They think that the authority should come to their aid, among other things. Chata, over na wamba bumanye.
Manya blanye.
Over me jogbe.
Ngbeji ni oboda da ni jeje. La Mankralo kana ho manche.
Chata, onta obi fiwe Homowo bina yole te ya leten ye lamam.
Homowo ni oyo ne da fi oyo ke twenjole. Afini ehun onye ke twenjole. Wala ko to sanjin ke ni bi ko me ba mi sin. Fense ko te wo me asane ame chef. Shini oyo ne me hun ame we ku me yemini. Oyo akucho mini me de ncheje shin akomeni ko te ko te sije akucho e iwo be wo wanyo ka la mu fe yo Homowo ojoba
Homowo me bi ajinshi mini poten akejinshi ke wa shi meneni wole aka wa shan Kpokpoi
ka wo ba ji wo mo se wo ye bra eju wote julamo ke ma dumo ke ma fa ne ke ma dumo ke ma fa ma ka duma ba che kusumbi efe pe na ka ba duma ni ke wa fa ma nu ona ke si afile nu wa ye sande ko be no piano ye kan egbe
o mo be no ocho hin ke wi ni bi ye hin ni afio dani ke homo ye li ke ni bi okola ke mene tutuntu mini ba ya no e bi ni
yo ma yan se ma manyuma ka ke si nyeji ochi ni wa pe ke pafio ni nye wa pe ke pampa wa pe ke pampa ke ha mene ju fo ke wo ba wo pafio e wo yi wo shi o shi a to mo majine hu wo ba numa ke ko me ke mo numa ke nyomi pampa wo shi o bi e to mo majinuma ni wa hin je ahun ke lala ke pashimo awo maja cheme ke wulo me ajo ka gbene abala keche ojema won iwo keji ni bi eja le jema won ke boya be twa ke si ni bi eja ni ke ba ko ni lehun ibaba ha lala ni taplache akbala ni oke chawo kusun efe mo
ma fio ke pampa lala la money
Homowo lalalamu noni amlaku ye la ni amela ni ke se wo maja chema no hu acho wo gbe na ke akewo akela na ke jeju akwo ke si opa
So just to give a bit of context of what he's saying is, he's explaining what happens ahead of the Homowo celebration. Of course, we know of the ban on drumming and noise making, which precedes the Homowo celebration. Other rites are being performed, or let's say customs are being performed in this area, where you would have a number of things that are ordinarily would have been done in this community but are not done, i.e. like what I indicated, the ban on noise and drum making. Then yesterday, which was Monday, he indicated that there was an activity here which is called the Pamphio and the Pampa, and with that you would get the opportunity to dance, sing the traditional songs, to invite the deities of this community. And from what he said, the deity came very early so that at least the rites will be performed and all that. And today we understand that there is the sprinkling of the Kpokpoi. I'll ask him details of the sprinkling of the Kpokpoi and what really the significance of the sprinkling of this Kpokpoi means. Well, finding when about quickly many significant to me importance of quickly shamo
my papa my answer few dani wo ba click ma fi o ke pa wo la gbe mi ni gbe mi la nojino ni toplache o ba ke si afedi ke po ni ake neke ayiju na ke chi ma tuwe ke ni bi e ni won na gbo ke fi wo kusu no ke bi gbe ke wala keje imeji ande enye ate niji atalolemi niji wonyeme ni ba Homowo ni je shonshon gbe watalolemi ni dromonite lojuba keji won wi peple fi shamo wole akesi je ni eni ko ni taplache afiole keke jaye kuwe ofe kusunku dani obanye ni ofe ma pafa ni kenya winu ko ni ayin na won kemi itomo oto ni afi onye no ta sino ga kesun mi fi pepele da bi ja oye kusunku mo ko ni je ni din alo ejo ina nakan jino ni pepele fi mo anyan ake fata ina fi o ole akesi tafra che woni me ke woni kan so me ni ba na me ba ke tole ke de ngbe ni omo ni ya me na me wo mo yi si wo kusun ahun mo ba akesi sabo ni wo yi oni ni wo jowo yi seno ni wotla tafla to yi sen yele keni bi fen se ne ke pe fi mo ne hun isomo o ke ya won yi meji yen atuwon mi ni wa hwe ko ke ha me no ke ko sha obade shia e ko me hwe o shi wo ke ko hwe ka ha tafra je ko lo e wala me ame tafra ja me yoni e wo ne me ke wo fie e ba wala yi ke ha wo ke no ya ke shulimo ke ha wo
no na ba fe mene
no ba fe mene
ni ke aswa pepele agbena ke ehia ya wo ke ya me ni e ko ba fe
ke wo gbe pepele na no so gbeke na sine to meje numo oba ya la pana ni abaje papo ni papo e oye ko lo akoti ake lapa mi eteni ewo abaje lepo ni ka je lepo e no abakwe totomo ani yo ni abajaji ka gbena eno mene ke ya nyuma ke komi ke mo mle komi miesa ni mokomoko ji opo aje epo achole adun lebo aya lebo dumo iwo lebo na adun na kanji ka wi mo blema ka ke bo pe yonyon afini nambo no ba gbo iwo keji agbe ne mefe na be wo bo ba solipa ni ntashi ne ke insha ko ni ebe egbe ni yo ni ja insha ni dani maye ni won ke wa solipa wo ye ni ka si be ni wo ba gbe ma solimo na iwo ko gbe pa Solomon na ni oba shi anu e pa ko to fla je oba to na ni keke no su e won wala be bi ke na bi ke nyeme ni to fla je ameba oba tashi wo gba sani ni bi ko me ni to fa wo ko ni wo wi ke we ku sani ke ni bi no e to fla je aha kaple agashu be ngene won wala bi mi yen ko to mo ne ke ni nke mbango wala ke je imeji ade ke agbena fe ni abua na kanska na lecheme ameye kusun ninue amba fe ku ya ba shake na foshini akena hidani tafrache mofiamo ane kuninu keke no suha oye sisani shamo blema kwa washi ane onupa ni etwa mese fe we ku fe ba fi amba wo no na ba wo pepele ni he ni afun ameye wo ba ya je no ba yin pai ye san fe san no keke osha na kan pepele si bi antone ni bi echake wo yon pa ye sian keke office won kwa ke si kenyu mo ba mo etwa me ni wo sa gbo isani won nya ni wo no ni bi ni ba mena boni kusuyo
wa gbasana eku ke ni bi ni gba yin na ye community name ya lo la ma name wole ake la general hospital en sana ma won ke isajin road downs kana fear no in ke isajin yen la shipon ke ni bi wa gba isani. But basically what he's saying, just to give a little explanation of what he's saying, is a number of activities will be done after today. That is the sprinkling of the Kpokpoi. He indicated the significance of the sprinkling of the Kpokpoi, that some of the food that is the traditional meal will be given to ancestors, will be given to the animals in this community, i.e. cats, dogs, fowl, or what have you, just to also receive the blessings from the Creator. After that, which will be a Thursday, actually tomorrow will also be, that is a Wednesday, will be an activity called Lakpan Solemo at Patushishin, where the an activity will happen there, all in a bit to celebrate the Homowo festival. After, there will be Ngowala activity, and also there will be another one too on Friday. So a number of activities that have been slated to commemorate the Homowo celebration in the La community. Let me ask him another important question. We know in every community, certainly there are issues that they would wish the authorities to, in a way, address for them. We know of the La General Hospital. We know that of the road from Black Star Square all the way to Beach Road has stalled, among other issues in this community. Chata or on being a few one wake I neke La General Hospital Sajimpi Onupa yo be nye bami nye we no yo we mo e bini chun yala ha.
You can grow you are don manana ke igbe ni mani man bi wan le akesi ne ke General Hospital ne wala maja chame akawata koshiyehi a ekumomi akawata koshiyehi shibenu oba le siye a kum na me ko ba twa yimpo no wo ko akesho to ya lete shimambi susumo kamejomoji be wole he ko na ba hawo kaple no le mintani efifan akawata koshin abakumu akashi maja chame juwo won wota shiye won mawolo kati keba an wo fanane kati beni MPP yo woke ministani ko wo he wa namomi sani wokelete wa pe ke contractor ode ncheni chuni na me hawo shi wa kashi insafile ni huwe abagbe ekum na OPD ne bon nuchumo si semieno ni wana woleji sikani kwa afana aka chunie akachunie amindi ya sheska no wonne de nchamla lo de nchani e momoshini ikenchunie e bobona me wo shele na kanshi wa menyeni ameyino o nsene wana wala ka shimeni chunie taplache amepa nuchumo wala maja chame akawata koshiyehi a ekumomi akawata koshiyehi shibenu oba le siye a kum na me ko ba twa yimpo no wo ko akesho to ya lete shimambi susumo kamejomoji be wole he ko na ba hawo kaple no le mintani efifan akawata koshin abakumu akashi maja chame juwo won wota shiye won mawolo kati keba an wo fanane kati beni MPP yo woke ministani ko wo he wa namomi sani wokelete wa pe ke contractor ode ncheni chuni na me hawo shi wa kashi insafile ni huwe abagbe ekum na OPD ne bon nuchumo si semieno ni wana woleji sikani kwa afana aka chunie akachunie amindi ya sheska no wonne de nchamla lo de nchani e momoshini ikenchunie e bobona me wo shele na kanshi wa menyeni ameyino o nsene wana wala ka shimeni chunie taplache amepa nuchumo si inaye wo shedi emi ni taplache amlalue ke iha monichu ni eskani ekuseni bani ibacha enuchumono ewo eye na agba le won yen pia ke sikam amlalue ya fe nukuwe wo maja cheme ekewo na sitamo yehi ni abafi ni keke mambi unke jemo ke gbungbu wa ke sigbe no na fi o wole heko si wole heko si wo solmoji anyani agbeno ya ni mambi anagbe ni taplache kenokungba na mena chamo kejeje eja no ni la mansamo no ni yobi epele ewo ni no di enche wo la as a traditional council wo haska almost 70,000 Ghana cedis ni wokechi ise ni anagbe ni bi ni ya ahi na ke chunie iwo won pamla lo efa iwo le akesi moko ba chunie gbe na iwo wo che mama ba bo mo di wo le akesi lehun ina harmony akesi keji hila ichamowa nke hila chamoye bo okun no gbe bo ba ashongbe iwo eko ye obi e wo pale fa ni eyi o ya ni taplache ibagbe na oya ibagbe na awo eja me ya teshi me ya tema me hu ya police hospital me hu ya kolebu ye wi mo mi e ko me no ni akowoji ka te police hospital ke wota shini won ha akomo hospital be ni hospital ise ko ni isana akomo iwo doctor fu ni yo je ke fi afio ameke ila cheme na agbani amechi amenye papako ka amekwemo iwo ba pafai ene oni ba na enwe ha me ko manu chumo ma ameye eko iwo ka agbenoya me komoni tabla chameni tumengma me amba nagbeni ahia me hu ni amechuni ni amnina ya me na.
So basically, he's spoken about the large general hospital. He indicated that the authorities, that is the traditional authorities, weren't fully engaged before the demolition of that project, before any decision to rebuild it. He's asking that the previous administration was of the view that it would have been completed in the year 2024. But as a new government has taken over, which is the NDC government led by the president, John Dramani Mahama, he should ensure that this project is completed, because what they have, the polyclinic in the La community, is not a big space. It's not able to serve the purpose. They are actually bearing the brunt of having a very small facility. They are urging the government to do the needful. But mind you, we are bringing you the exciting moment here from La community, gauging the mood as they celebrate the Homowo festival. And we understand that today is a sprinkling of the Kpokpoi. We visit some other places. We bring you all the exciting videos, all the exciting shots, all the exciting conversation you'd want to have here on Breakfast Daily. So still gauging the mood in La community as the Homowo celebration is ongoing. Mind you, today they are sprinkling the traditional meal, which is Kpokpoi, also known as Kpokpoi. But for you to understand better what goes into the preparation of this important meal, is Ako, who is going to join me here to understand what goes into it, how it's been done, and all that in this particular community and all the Ghana communities that you can think of, from Ghana State, that is Gamashi, through to Osu, to La, to Teshi, to Nungwa, to Tema, and even Pram. And also you can have Po, and also go to Adan, and all the Ghana states or Ghana communities you can think about. I told you there. If you were when I was like a bashwan quickly, she wanted one if you noni yambina who quickly ha ke mini be fair. Can clear me if you
can clear me. I am a fair afi. I shall want my fee. In case I want my fee, walk quickly. Ke mbewonu ni nye wajenshi mene wagbena woni ba ya ni aswa ke aswa je woni shi homo ni wotomi ke ba awa homo yi woni ni e ba sa ni ko lo ehun ayeku iwo kenya na wo pepele wo ka abele wo ba fo abele e ba wo ba nye fo mene 3 days here, wabanye wa agbele. Lo enoje chele mo no wabanye wa agbele. Keke efe fresh, keke oke ho wo bi abone onu ngomo ye pepele mi. Ona. Ni wo fi ko eyen. Eyen no ne. No na ke ba aswa ni e ko ne. E wo no ya fe. Ene ke egmo mi ba wo mi. Ni ma fe.
Ye ke egmo mi wo mi.
Ni ma fe. E wo ke nfe aba fe ndo ya fa. Ke etie tulu eko keke yen eko egbeyi keke ekeswa oba ya runs keke akeswa
jinye ke nwonu hu fatai wo kala ke ene kenye ke mala no how many minutes you allow, how many hours you dani wana ke o ebi
la na wa eche kula iba bi no she ke ngai ahi ha lo le ahi ha wo le e waste ha wo yishawo
abele pa ke fio
abele pe no ko gbe
enmomi eni ke wo mi ni fio
enmomi e ha le wo ke ngo futu enmomi e wo enmomi kenke wo mi no so na wa na ke olile baba no
ugbe.
So what
Ayakovic is saying is that the preparation of the that is the traditional meal goes through a process. So first they are supposed to get the corn for some time, and also get it to the milling machine and put it there for maybe the previous day or 2 days, just for it to get into a mood where they can use it for the people. And within the corn that has been milled, that has become corn flour, you put okra in there. I was asking her what the okra was meant for, but she says that it's all in a way to give it some sort of taste, so that you'd be able to appreciate whatever you are eating. And also we know that the preparation is also done with palm nut soup. We would go there and ask her what is happening in that pot. Again, we would go to where the Kpokpoi is, as you can see in front of me or behind me, also known as Kpokpoi. You've seen it there. That this one is in a very big, say, basin or bowl. This sort of is like the final products that you see after the entire thing is done. And also you would have the palm nut soup as well. That is also in a very big pot over there. The palm nut soup will be put on the Kpokpoi before the sprinkling is being done. But I would ask her again. Ima over kwa nyo benke be wanta wonu nhia ke ene bia na me ya no e bia ni akewo pot mi o ene mi na afia bia.
Aba ho Kpokpoi eko she nu eni yo that the same me e short e fa e wa ke ko egbe yi akeni e ba wo ke twa ake ma ba wo mi onu ni yo sisi o fa ne okay ke ma shwe mi okay yo no aba fe.
Okay, so she's about putting the condo on there, because we understand that in the pot is hot water, and this is actually the process they go through in preparing the Kpokpoi. When they come in bafi
ene ka gbe na aba ha no aba bu no ka bu no lamo ni ji nu eni yo sisi e lamo no ba bele no ba bele iwo boni la na e wa ne e che no bla ko na ebi aton.
How many minutes alo, how many hours again?
We bula ke ne within 30 minutes no e ko mpo na ka low 20 e ja ke la fire here heat here ba yo ya e wo heat here ka bu na o ba na e ba be no.
So actually the steam is what is used in preparing this. So like you saw it, beneath the pot is hot water, and the steam from the hot water is what they used in preparing the Kpokpoi. So the condo was put into the sieve, or let's say the mesh, and in there the steam is what is going to be used to cook it. Within 20 to 30 minutes, like she says, this will be prepared. Okay, okay, igbina keke muchulu enu ne. Okay. Oh, okay. What can you can muchulu ke mo me fen football.
Ka boni e yo je me ene agani nka ba fe yen. Shin ka ene bie ake nufio ba hwa no nu ene. Ka ake hwa no ake enwomi ba wo mi. Na ake muchulu e ba wo mi. Wo aba ashi ye tu eni maje mi. Ka ashi e aba asami ye ni eni kan je mi aba asami fe wo po e ko me ye mi ke po e ba hin ke ka je o sisi e ba fe tomo ene
wole akeke venye ke lo wuji ge fio de ke di ne ke o anyo o chon o lo eni ke fio mewonu e ke ni bi eni noni lo eji noni wonye ke lo particular lo fio
yo o yu la don.
So you can see how thick the palm nut soup is.
Chile, oda, tuna, kemang, lo ne ake ho, ake china lo e ho.
Maba.
Kusu nini. Ewo ake china lo ko ke ba ho, be noni ye na ake fe kusu. Shin woye chile oda ona ene man woye lo different ona woye lo man ke ni wonu e ko ni akeni emi efi ewo wo hala wa ba di elu wa wo bi ene ko ni wonu e ke ne short we wa ka futu be wonja won ha me wo fi oni wo yin ene wo ye chile ne ene opo oda ne ojo onye ke ni bi fe ye mi wo
So you heard the Junior. Literally, you resemble your mother, and some interesting names that are given to the fish that is used in the preparation of the palm nut soup that is used for the Kpokpoi. She indicated that you do not use any meat for the preparation of the palm nut soup for the Kpokpoi for the festival because it is for a festival. It's tradition. So you do not use any meat, except that what will be used for household you are going to eat, or that then that you can use maybe cow meat or something. But if not, you definitely have to use fish, and there are required fish for the preparation of the Kpokpoi. Let me just ask her final words. Oh, mama, what be an finally what you? What be any nofiano ejaje na ba aba trying can be no your more and watch check be na ba na ba kwe alo akake mo fan money your mommy at least e ba na ba kwe ni ba experience Homowo ni your la mommy.
Yo oyula don oba na ba bomba wo ba nye wo ni se hu ke ba ya aba je man ajo e sort aba wo ame bomba wo ni ni e fe ready e aba fe ame no ame kuko ene macho wonu ma wo mi ame pepele aba wo ke ya shin awulu emi keke wo ke acho kuko kane aba ti pepele ko awon keke ake lo esue no be ahwan wo aba nye se ke lala hu wo pa ko abomba aba wo ba na no ye bi oba na bi ane no aba cho pa kenye ni ese ko ni ya ke wo ma fi e enwo wo ma fi nwo wa fe man fe manu afi.
Morado. So that's what she has indicated, that when it comes to the La community, the celebration here is very unique, and that she knows that all other places at least do envy what is happening here, in her words. But this is what is going to happen here. A few minutes or hours from now, you see people trooping into the La community, coming to various homes to enjoy the Kpokpoi that has been prepared for the La Homowo festival that is happening here. Mind you, we are coming to you live from La, where the Homowo festival is happening, and we understand that the Kpokpoi sprinkling activity will be happening here. Enjoy. We will be bringing you more on Channel One TV on Breakfast Daily. Stay with us.